Okay, hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Chloe. Gosh damn it, Chloe is what I go by. So I've never taught how to do any kind of art, so please bear with me, but this is the kind of art that I do. Let me show you here. So if you want to get this marker effect kind of look on digital art, then you came to the right place. I'm going to show you how to do that, but I wanted to show you some of my other art because I will be making videos on how to do things like this in the future. Also, like I do heavy realistic like this, and I do some with like still dark lines. I do the comic book style, and here is just like a realistic, just random, nothing to do with any particular topic. So let's strip down. Let's start off. Well, I really want to start off by saying make sure that all of your stuff is neatly organized in folders. Otherwise, this is going to be really hard for you. If you're very new, if you're watching this and you're absolute beginner, I will take you step by step. If you're more of a seasoned photoshopped person, I will put some things in the markers below so you can fast forward to what you want to hear. But I'm going to talk to you as if you are fresh to Photoshop. Okay, so let's start off like with the folders in the background. We'll start off like with nothing here. We're just starting with the blank canvas. You're going to want to start with your sketch. So let's take this step by step. I usually cut this up into pieces. Okay, so let's start with the sketch. So you're gonna want to make a new folder. So right here, so you're not gonna have any of these folders or anything. You're just gonna start here. Right here, you're gonna want to click the folder icon on the bottom, and under the folder, you're gonna want to add a layer. Okay, and this is where you're gonna do your sketch. You could drag it into the folder to make sure it's in there, and you're gonna double click that, put sketch, and double click this and name whatever this layer is going to be. So we go to my sketches over here, and I have my sketch, and over here is Jack's. So you can take this eye and not see things. Jack Nicholson. And so make sure you're organized or this will be a complete mess. This is just important. Make your folders and label everything. And you can even add colors here if you want to, like, don't touch that or whatever you want to do. So for this particular look, I recommend drawing by hand and not using a grid. And if you want to use a grid, you can definitely do that. And you could use your rulers. And here, for instance, you can open a picture. You just can click select all, edit, copy, or you can use the shortcuts, and then you'll want to have a reference folder, and you can add a layer, and then make sure to label everything and then paste it on there, and you can resize it by clicking Control-T, and you could do whatever you want, and then you could hit shift, and you could, I can't do it because I'm holding the microphone with my hand literally, but you can resize it like without it being perfect measurements. So then you're going to want to go to image. Hold on, let me just paste it. Image, canvas size. And so the width is 1077. So you could just double that to 2000 or whatever, and then make sure you click like this, press OK. Over here you could take this layer, and then with your measuring tools you can line up like the nose. Oops. You can line up like the chin there, and then you can line, you could see how far in the middle the nose is or whatever. So you can have like a nice drawing reference. Like I guess you could trace it, but you don't want to trace it because it gets rid of it. The grid is really easy. It's really quick. You're not saving that much time, but it gets rid of like a kind of artistic flair that comes when you're just eyeballing it, kind of. You can just Control Z. And but I do, if you have lots of time on your hands and you want to draw by hand, it's just going to make you a better drawer. I totally 100% am a draw by hand person. You should just do that. Just keep going. Your drawings are going to get better. You're going to be able to draw from memory. But yeah, if you like it to be like, you want it to be a perfect Jack Nicholson, and you don't mind it looking I mean, you want it to look a little artistic, but you don't want it to be too off, use a grid. That's what I always recommend. So then we do our sketch first, and we go piece by piece. So you want to do your sketch first. This is important. And then we're going to talk about the color. So the color, how do we achieve this effect? Let me tell you. I forgot to tell you where to find this marker if you don't have the marker. So hopefully you didn't leave yet. I don't have the marker. So if you're new, you're gonna wanna download these markers by clicking settings and get more brushes. So you go there, and again, I don't know if this is coming out here, but they have these brushes. I have every single one of them, I believe, but you're gonna want definitely, I don't know which one's Kyle's pack, but you're gonna get the mega pack. You're gonna get the dry medium. You're gonna get the watercolor too. That one's great. This one's fun. They're all great. This is all good. I have all these. I use all of these. This one I don't really use, but I have. The same with this. This is kind of just like an effect. I'm not going to get into what everything is. Halftones you're going to want for a comic book for sure though. But I'm not going to get into all of what these are. I would just download them all if I was you. Oh, it's probably the art markers. That's probably the one that has it. But yeah, so get your markers, download it to your computer, and then I don't remember how they appear here, but just Google it if it's not just appearing after you restart the program. And go down and find your marker. Let's see if it just says markers, art markers, probably under here. Tiles, yeah. So it's under art markers once you download all your things, and I liked this one the best for this project. And so we're going to pull it out now. I'm going to make a new layer here, random, and take off the color. So when you're looking at your paintbrushes, you can make a new paintbrush folder on the top just by going like this and then new group. And really you're not going to understand, like if you're new to different types of brushes and you just like to use a few, you're not going to really find your favorite kind of style, if I'm trying to say that, until you just start messing with the brushes. You know, you just got to start messing and see how the texture is and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with how markers work in real life. In real life, you layer them up. So let me just show you. I don't know if I can. Let me reference this YouTube artist, and you can take a look if you want to. Let me just make sure his name is correct. It's Will Terrell. That's him. I don't even know if this will come out if I bring this down. So this guy, he uses Prisma, and this is how I learned how to use Prisma markers in real life, because I do use Prisma as well. So basically you see how this nose it's his first layer. It's tan, and as you layer up, he puts more, and it becomes, let me see if you could see it turn. You layer them up, and it makes kind of a watercolor effect of layering. And it starts off super like it bleeds into, it starts off bleeding into the other areas of the face and very bright, but then as you go on with time, it just dies down, it dries out, and it looks good. So that's the best I can explain it. This Photoshop marker does the same thing. It layers. So I'm going to show you how this layers right now. And so when you're starting this off, I gathered some tones. So grab a picture of someone that has like a very vibrant tone. Just Google like skin tones. I always find a picture of someone with like interesting lighting, and then I dropper them and just copy them down. But at this point, I kind of just open it up here and move it around until I find what I know I need. I need a bright one. I need a medium tone. And then these are for the shadows. I like a pink and a dark pink and a light pink for under the eyes and the nose. I always do that with everything I do. So you could take a screenshot here if you want to copy these colors, or you could find somebody more dynamic, or if you're trying to do someone with a darker skin tone, just find a picture of somebody that something that's not dull, that has like a shadowing to it. So you can have many different tones, and even with the darker skin tone, always just pick these out because they don't come out really on pictures, and you're going to want to have pink in there to brighten up the face. So when you start off with the markers, you're gonna just grab your medium tone and go back to your brush, and you can just press B here, and I believe this one's I, but I just do it without thinking out. Yeah, it's I. So I haven't done it in a long time. So then you're gonna draw on the medium, and you're gonna do it everywhere. It needs a base for you to start off somewhere. And I usually put the background like an orange because it helps you to bounce off. If it's white, you're gonna make it you're gonna make the picture too light. So you want an orange, you can bounce off of the lighting. And I'm gonna do a rough one here because I don't have a lot of time, but hopefully it's enough. Hopefully I have enough time to make this perfect for you guys. So just erase all the ones that come out of the lines, and take your time with it. Don't go as quickly as I'm going with it. You want it to be perfect. You want it to be beautiful. And then you're going to pick, we could start with the lights. And then, so the way that this is going to work is you're going to make a new layer every time you switch colors. And then because if you do this on this layer, it won't work because it's too light. See right now I'm pushing down, but since this layer is darker, it's not really going to work. So you do a new layer, and let's say he's got like light tone here. And of course, look at a reference. I always say look at a reference, but I'm just going off of whatever I feel right now. Let's put him a little bit here, but he's lightening up on this side. Let's say that. Okay. And this is, you're saying maybe too harsh or something. So what we do here is we go to this, and you see how the marker's see-through. It turns see-through. So you just do whatever you feel. If you want it to be this light, that's a subtle shadow, it's nice. And we'll make it darker, whatever. And then I do like to always, and I'm a freak with the noses being a different color. So I'm going to make a new layer. And then we're going to, and again, your marker should be smaller. You shouldn't be doing it this thick. And you should be taking your time. Just enjoy it. Just put on some music. Don't worry about how long it takes to get perfect. Just enjoy what you're doing. And like for me to find time to draw is so hard because, I'm just going back and forth because I'm holding the microphone. You should be using I and B to go back and forth. To find time to draw with 2 kids is really hard, and to find time to work on my YouTube channel is going to be really hard, but I just figured, this is what I want to do. I want to discuss art with other art lovers. I want to get better at my own art. I want to start drawing again, and since I do have a newborn right now, she's not a newborn anymore, she's 9 months, but You know, I haven't even, like, sometimes I wake up and I don't even brush my hair, you know what I mean? So it just, you know, I'm taking it day by day. And I would like to sit here and do like an hour-long session and show you exactly how I do this, but you know, we gotta just, for now, as a starting off, I don't even know if I'll get views on here, you know. We gotta keep it real and just do a quick session. And so we're gonna go for the shadows. Let's do like a dark shadow. You're gonna want a new layer. Do this one new layer. And we're going to, I'm going to show you here. So when you do the when you lessen the color with the what I showed you, the slider, so like think about the shadows. So I use a reference, you know, like the shadow goes into all the little notches and around, and you know, so think about what you're doing when you're drawing. I mean, you want to get better at this. You don't want to just make some trash. So so you can round it because the face is round. Never have like perfect, you know, corners. You want everything to be like a little bit. So then you lower it for this, you know, effect of the markers, the see-through of a marker. Like it's like a watercolor. And then you go for a little bit lighter here, new layer. And you build into that. And right now it looks too dark, but don't worry. You know, we'll lessen the value, and of course do it perfect. I'm telling you, take your time, don't rush this. You see how it's like starting to get into one, into the other, and then for the, I'm gonna just tell you really quick because I'm gonna have to move on here. But hold on, let me try to hold the microphone. Let me put the microphone down for a second so I can zoom in. So it starts to go into itself, you know, you see like what I'm trying to get at. And I'm sorry I can't do a perfect one right now. So then we're going to, for the eyes, you're going to want to make a new layer again. And then you're going to want to, so what I like to do is I like to layer it. I take a spray paint, I make it smaller. I take like a blue or something, whatever color is, and I like to do this underneath. Now the eyes aren't just white, remember that. The eyes are like gray, they're red, they have all sorts of things going on. So we're gonna maybe get like a gray to start off, and we're gonna switch it to, so I'm going to leave it with this one for now, but I would use a glide sketch for the eye usually, but I'm going to leave it to this for now so we can just keep it simple. And so you just start to gray the eye, and it's not going to be perfect white. So we're going to keep layering, and you could even lower like that. And then you're gonna want to keep going over, so it's like a brown, it's like an orange, his eyes, but just to have that undertone of the blue makes something a little bit different. So you start to layer it, and I like to put pink. I like to put a pink on the inside of the eye, like if he's tired, strung out, whatever's going on with this guy. And then you just keep building up the color. So he's like a little bit, you know, and then so forth, you know what I mean. But you keep building up this color until it just looks right. But you always want to have like something underneath, something to make it like a little bit better, a little bit shinier. And also you can go through these and edit the way it looks. Like if you, like somebody wants to make like a really shiny effect, or you could do those too. I like normal here, but look at that. It looks so much better. Like, and it has like a glow effect when you go through those things. So you see what I'm getting at here? And then we're going to, once we're done with the drawing, however you like it, we're going to merge down, merge down. Make sure that the color, sometimes the colors mess up when you do this, so make sure they're not. Merge down, be ready to undo if it messes up. And then you got your jack. Well, of course, that's not, you know, that's not how you're supposed to do it, but you know what I mean. And then you take an even smaller brush here and you go hair by hair and you switch the colors out. Maybe 2 browns, maybe 1 gray, you know. You could do whatever you want. You could do red if you wanted something, whatever. Make it your own style, of course. And I like to do, well, for me, I like to draw these individual hairs. I like the way it looks. You know, you might have a different hairstyle that you like to do, whatever. Make sure it's on its own layer. And then you're gonna, you know, lower the, and then you're gonna merge down, not the way I did it here. So we're gonna delete that. And we're gonna bring this color back. For just Jack. You're gonna see what I did here. So at the end of my drawings, I usually like to go back and take my marker, add a blue, add a reds, you know, some stuff that reds and blues play off each other really well. So just, and then you take the slider and you slide it all the way low so it's so subtle that people, you know, will barely. So with the jacket, you see how I was just kind of more impression than I was trying to make the jacket perfect. So that just make it your own thing. Like, do whatever you feel. Whenever I try to do the like the very realistic ones like this, you know, I still even, this is just white scribbled onto the top. I did do all these individual lines, but it's so focused on the face for me. This one's, you know, fur, so it's kind of more focused, but the jacket is mostly like dark green, blacks, grays, blues. And again, here you could subtly see the blue on his hair, the red on his hair, the red on her hair, the blue on her hair. It just gives it something. The blue on her face here, it's subtle. The red, add a little red in here, some blues, some grays, and really light red here. It just gives it something a little special, to me anyway. So most of my portraits, if you look at them, have like a blue and a red going on there in this order. I don't know if you like to add that on, but you can experiment. Of course, when I'm using markers, I do the marker to add the red and the blue. And when I'm using realistic look, and I go through many different brushes with the realistic look, I use spray paint to get the red and the blue that I want. So like with, well, this one's something completely different, so we'll talk about that. If anyone watches this video and wants to know more about the different types of way you can do digital art and all the things, I mean, I could teach you, just please leave a comment below. Please give me some sort of like activity on this page so that I can, you know, continue to make videos and continue to make these even more detailed. I can go into deep detail. I can make these hours long, but of course I'm not going to do that because I have 0 subscribers and no time and 0 time. So, but if I had time on my hands, of course I'd be here for an hour showing you how to do this. So then we put all the color back on. You go one by one, and you see how the color is still loose without the lines. So it's really important that the color goes here and the sketch goes on top of it. And I mean, for this look, if you want this look, this is why you clicked here, you know. Like for Wendy, I did each individual strand of hair. There's blue in her hair. There's white with the curve of the hair, you know. So then we're going to talk about, you know, this is just text added and stuff. But the extra stuff here, I added this. You could just Google that and get a copy of that. This one I've updated the way I do this. Just Google a barcode and get that. You know, this is just a font with some saturations and different things here. I mean, this is just a font. And the special effects are what can change it for people. So I have a dust filter on there, and I could show you how to do this if you wanted in another video. I have a grunge filter on there. I have like an x-ray of a notepad, and it kind of just gives like paper. And I just want to show you something else that I learned later on while doing these. That I could show you in another video. Paper folds. I learned about paper folds after this. So I could show you how to do this as well if you wanted to know how to make paper folds in your art. So please leave me a comment, subscribe. Please check me out on Instagram. I put my art on Instagram. Just let me know, give it a thumbs up. Just let me know if you want any more videos like this, and if you need them more detailed. I can get into detail on this. I can do an 8-hour long follow along, make it yourself videos of how to do these. And I just want to make some sort of community of artists that help each other out. When I was first starting Photoshop, I know that I could not find one video that showed me how to do things from start to finish, and I would like to help other people figure everything out. It was so confusing to me. It doesn't have to be confusing. I can help. Just leave it in the comments. I want to make videos. I want to help people get better at their art, and I want people to help me get better at my art. So thank you for watching.